shooting guard position, standing 6'2", number 9, Langston Galloway. At the small forward position, 6 feet 7 inches, number 22, Glenn Robinson. The other guard, at 6'3" number 1, Reggie Jackson. At the other forward position, 6 feet 10 inches, number 23, Blake Griffin. The center at 6'11" out of Utah. This is the head coach is Dwayne Casey. Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. So glad you could join us on this Saturday night. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. The Detroit Pistons preparing to defend home court in this Eastern Conference battle. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Boston. Last season, they couldn't get the edge in the matchup as they went 1-2 in the season series.
Yeah, and this game kicks off a 4-game season series between the two teams.
And it might not be the rivalry that a lot of the conference matchups are, but who knows? Maybe this is the year it heats up a little bit.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. They've got Kyrie Irving. Jason Tatum is out there with Hayward. Then there's Horford. And it's Smart in at the shooting guard position. Now here's Jackson. Good D by Irving.
Well, Reggie Jackson, drafted by the Thunder with the 24th pick in 2011. Now, despite playing big minutes, he wasn't happy backing up Westbrook. He wanted the chance to start.
Now here's Jackson. Jason Tatum missing his last shot. Jackson passes to Galloway. Here's Drummond, right through the D for the layup. Drummond's got the first points up on the board tonight here for the Pistons. Irving kicks to Horford. Picked by Horford, passes it to Irving. Horford sets a screen for Irving. That shot off. Now the Pistons take it the other way, coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And I feel like the defense was one step behind all night. I mean, they never made the adjustments to string together a few stops.
Here's Irving, following the score by Reggie Jackson. Irving kicks to Tatum. The pass to Smart. A second chance effort. Here's Horford. No luck, they battled on the glass, but couldn't knock it down.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Excellent job by Horford to shoot that as soon as he caught it. Just outstanding at giving the D no time to react.
Now here's Griffin. Against Cleveland, he was really on his game. Horford the pass to Tatum. He kicks it to Irving. Picked by Horford. Irving with it. Guarded now by Jackson. And slam dunk by Tatum.
And you see Tatum using that insane reach on the catch. I mean, he can go get it.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habit. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Well, he's having a tough go at it so far this quarter. Not much dropping for him.
They get it back. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
And getting after on the offensive glass and adding to that early total with the putback.
Wow, he's coming out with a lot of energy tonight. He's looking strong.
Now here's Griffin. Over Tatum. Griffin's shot is off.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Well, not all defenses are constructed to protect the mid-range area. Nicely done that time.
Here's Irving. The lead is 2. Picked by Horford. Back to Tatum. 5 to shoot. Here's Smart. No good that time. The Pistons go the other way with it. Earlier, David Aldridge spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey. Dave, what'd you find out?
And coach had nothing but praise for his players, saying, they've done everything I've asked. They put in the extra work in practice, trying to turn their weaknesses into strengths. That's showing up in the win column. As a coach, Kevin, it's probably the best you can ask for. Back to you.
Thank you, David.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Blake Griffin. Last season, he played outstanding. 17th in assists and amongst the league's top-tier scorers, top 20 in points per game.
And really a good season for him distributing the basketball. Whether it was the drive and dish, pick and roll, fast break, he was money all year long. And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. Chris, you played for 5 different teams, a couple of them multiple times. How long do you think it takes to feel comfortable in a new situation for a player?
I tell you, Kevin, that's such a hard tightrope to play. I remember going to different teams, and you have to understand the culture of the team. You have to understand who their best players are already. You have to understand the style of play. And building trust takes time from both sides. So usually you'll come into a situation and you want to make sure that you're showing that you're a great teammate. And so usually in that area, teammates are saying, wait a minute, we brought you over here. We want you to be that guy that we traded for, the guy we just signed or recruited. We were a fan of you. Do the things that you do great. We'll catch up with you. So a lot of it starts with mutual respect, and that means mutual deferment. And then after a while, you both deferring, you're like, wait, we got to win some games. Okay, you be you, I'll be us. We'll all do it together. And kind of once you get over that kind of fine dance in the beginning, that icebreaker, usually that's when things start rolling.
Morris is checked in for Tatum. Back to Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
Wow, Drummond leaving the floor so quickly. The chemistry he has with his teammates on these alley-oops is very impressive.
The Celtics shooting a lowly 30% to start this game out. Irving dishes to Horford. Irving against Jackson, and Irving gets it to go on the assist by Horford.
A terrific ability to finish. I mean, Irving finds all kinds of ways to burn you inside.
Robinson kicks to Jackson. Drummond with it, and it's Horford picking him up. Drummond passes to Griffin. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to go on Gordon Hayward. Blake Griffin, the focal point offensively, but he's not just a scorer. Chris, he's one of the most gifted passers that you'll see among NBA big men.
I mean, one of the top assist men in the entire league. He's a great lob passer. I mean, that ability to create for teammates really enhances his offensive impact.
That's good from Blake Griffin. See, we have a great defensive team last season. What's surprising is that the Celtics didn't create that many turnovers, though.
Yeah, 23rd in the league in steals. They don't gamble a lot, but they are active and they're relentless. And they have a coach who makes great in-game adjustments.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
His free throw ability makes him tough to defend in the post. Teams can't get too physical with him.
Irving kicks to Horford. Smart with this screen on Drummond. And that one's good, Irving. Irving's got his second bucket.
Oh, man, how about that vision from Horford? I mean, it's all about hitting the open man. High efficiency offense right there.
Pass to Griffin. Baseline try, and that one drops.
Look, he's not an easy man to defend. He'll get his points one way or another.
Pass to Horford. Back to Irving. Second shot opportunity. No good on that one. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Outside Griffin. Using his post moves to get the 2 points. Griffin's got his second basket of the night.
Look at that. Griffin is such an incredible talent. He's made a living off finding ways to score through contact.
Picked by Horford. Morris dishes to Hayward. Morris with the screen for Hayward. Outside Irving. Another miss by Irving. The Pistons lead it. Robinson with it. He had that big outing in that Cavaliers game as well.
Unbelievable rejection from Smart there. Really using his insane vertical to send that one back.
Celtics shooting well off their usual numbers, around 29% so far. Morris a screen. Horford the pass to Irving. Stolen by Robinson. He feeds it to Jackson. Outside, Smart. Irving from long range. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Irving's got 7.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Right side, Griffin, and the foul on Marcus Smart. That's his first foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for the Pistons. Smith comes in for Jackson. Boston also with the sub. Jaylen Brown's checked in for Smart. Griffin kicks to Bullock. Outside for Griffin. 6 on the shot clock. Drummond the screen. Griffin's shot is off.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Terrific use of the catch-and-shoot jumper from Morris, catching the D flat-footed and torching them as a result.
Now here is Smith. An 11-point game for him in the win against Cleveland. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
And that's a play they'll run over and over, fellas, as long as it keeps working.
So it's Boston now after the basket by Detroit. Irving passes to Horford. And again, Boston with the triple.
Horford continues to show us that he loves to drain the three-point.
Well, it was the Boston Celtics winning their last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. There's a screen by Robinson. Drummond dishes to Griffin. Second shot opportunity. And it's Drummond missing.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
The offensive rebound. Brown. Good.
I tell you what, Brown is a powerful wing player. You'd like to get him the ball inside.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession.
And you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
Well, some of that, too, is just setting the tone by being aggressive. You need guys like this on your team.
Pachulia, he's checked in for Detroit. Lure comes in for Blake Griffin. And then for Boston. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Horford. Daniel Tice comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Irving.
And Reggie Bullock with a breakthrough year in 2017-18. He played more minutes in one season than in his first 4 seasons combined.
That one is off. And Bullock, a bright spot for the Pistons. Chris, the most improved player talk, in fact, about him. And boy, last season did he shoot the cover off the ball.
He's the second best three-point percentage in the league. If he keeps it up, he's due for a big pay raise.
And he sinks the second. AC Webb, for your money, who does the best job of combining guard skills with a classic back-to-the-basket game?
Whoa, I mean, you think of Cousins. He's 7 foot, not the fastest, but he has back-to-the-basket and then crossover three-point shooting ability. Embiid as well, Towns, and of course, Anthony Davis, who I think was a point guard and had a great growth spurt in high school. Yes. He's just a guard in the big man's body.
Here's Robinson following the bucket by the Celtics. Over in the corner. Lure Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Lure's got his first 3 points of the game. Boston leading by 4. They set the screen. Morris. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
I'd love to hear his explanation. The coach right there, I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
Rozier kicks to Morris. Back to Rozier. From downtown. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Oh, beautiful looking 3-ball from Rozier, really expanding his range.
Right wing. And Lure wide open. He shoots it. Trying to answer back. But that 3 is off the mark. Baines passes to Brown. Nice ball movement by Boston. We've got 1:55 left in the first quarter. There's a good screen. Robinson pulls it in.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Yeah, coming off of a good pick, you want to get that one. He gets the separation he needs. I know he would love to have that one back.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
So it's the Celtics now, after the basket by Detroit. Rozier kicks to Morris. Misses the 3. Pistons trail by 3. And here's Bullock. It's rebounded by Tice.
Not pretty. You've just got to shake off a miss like that.
And there's the feed to Morris. No basket with that shot. Having trouble finding his range. He's 1 for 5.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Smith, no good. Here's Baines. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Back to Rozier. Passes it to Tice. Here's Baines. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Detroit's gone. Just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. In the corner, Smith with it. The second effort. And Pachulia with the lay-in. Good. Pachulia's got 6 points.
You got to put a body on Pachulia. He's skilled at trying to use his size to track down a couple of offensive rebounds.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Celtics lead by 3. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. One of the league's best point guards, Kyrie Irving, had this to say about his competition.
2011, I came into a league where the point guard position was still being revolutionized, and now guys are solidifying that spot every single year. There are young guys coming in, but now we have established point guards that are franchise-changing point guards. And for me, having that competitive drive every single game, I know I'm going against an elite point guard every single game. So I think that now coming into the league, it's a lot different than it was before.
Some say, Greg, a golden age at the point guard position.
Yeah, and Irving right there with the best of them. He embraces the challenge.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. What do you guys think about the Celtics here in this one?
Aggressive rebounding in that first quarter. That's what's given them the advantage.
Well, it does a couple of things. It gives you more opportunities, but it also sets a tone. They're the more physical, the more dominant team right now.
Pachulia is out there with John Lewis. Then there's Reggie Bullock. Then it's Robinson. And it's Smith in at the point guard. That's the group for Detroit right now. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, last season started with that horrific injury to Gordon Hayward's leg. Now, it's been a long road back for him, but he took heart in the encouragement he received, not just from his family, but from so many well-wishers. He said, "You realize how lucky you are to have people from all over supporting you." Guys?
David, I think everyone is rooting for his complete recovery. Thanks for that report.
I mean, that's just tremendous, stupendous work from Rozier. I mean, he's just so good at zipping the ball over to his teammates.
Well, yeah, I mean, just think about it. I mean, Detroit, Stan Van Gundy party ways this summer after 4 seasons, but that's actually the longest run a Piston coach has had since Chuck Daly ended his 9-year tender back in '92. But that doesn't matter, though, because you have to think what Larry Brown did in just a couple of seasons there, winning the championship.
Langston Galloway's checked in for Detroit. From 16 feet away, he pans it.
Capable scorer. Galloway enjoys working in his mid-range game, I mean, from time to time.
And in the last 15 years, Chris, 10 different head coaches for the Pistons. Any concern on your part about a return to that revolving door on the bench?
Well, I think right now they're in rebuild mode, so a consistent voice will help. Still, only 1 playoff appearance in the last 4 seasons and no playoff wins. You wonder why would they fire Joe Dumars, who went to 6 straight Eastern Conference finals. You still kind of go back and you're haunted by that decision. But you're judged by your results, and hopefully for fans of the Pistons like myself, they can turn it around.
And the Pistons making a change here. Jackson's checked in. Marcus Smart's checked in for Boston. Rozier the pass to Baines. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Pistons trail by 8. The pass to Bullock. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Over to the left wing. Rozier kicks to Baines. With the shot. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Defensively, they could have done better. That's an open look he'd like to have.
Stolen by Smart. Here's Brown, and he dunks it right down on Pachulia. Oh, brother.
You know what, Kevin? You can't teach that. Brown just showing off his incredible dunking ability.
Jackson dishes to Bullock. Back to Jackson. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. And here we can check out the breakdown of rebounds tonight between the front court and the back court for the Pistons.
And their bigs are getting the vast majority of those caroms, handling their business on the inside and freeing up the guards to get up the court and look for early offense.
Lure against Tatum. They set the pick. Stolen by Bullock. Now Detroit moving it up. Lure can't hit.
They're willing to give him that shot. As my coach said, you're open for a reason.
It's tipped.
And this is why Pachulia is out here, to make his presence known with blocks like that.
Great D that time from Tatum. Well, it was the Boston Celtics winning their last game against Oklahoma City. Pachulia with the steal. Galloway the pass to Jackson. Pistons passing it around. Down low, stolen by Smart, and up the court come the Celtics on the break. And the call will be against Langston Galloway. That is his first foul of the game. For the Pistons, Andre Drummond comes in for Zaza Pachulia. And it's Blake Griffin in for John Lure. And then for Boston, Al Horford. He's checked in for Aaron Baines. Hayward comes in for Jaylen Brown. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Terry Rozier. Here's Tatum. Over Griffin. And it falls over the rim and in. And that's now 11 points for Jason Tatum.
Attacking the painted area. That's where Tatum can use his height and length most effectively.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. When it came to a big man's responsibilities, you helped pave the way for so much change in that regard. But what are some of the big C-Web now doing that weren't done when you were playing?
I don't know, Kevin, if it was anything that they weren't doing, but it's the freedom to do it with consistency. So even if we talk about a Larry Bird, who only could shoot maybe a 3.5 a game. Let's just round it up to 2 threes a game. Well, now, what if Larry Bird had the freedom to shoot 10 threes a game like guys do now? And so I think that the game has caught up with players' skill set as opposed to the skill set catching up with players' games. So no longer are you held to being a big man. Now you can be a basketball player, and being a basketball player for Dirk Nowitzki is much better than him being a big man. Dirk Nowitzki, being a basketball player that he is, means that he is a threat wherever he is on the floor, because he's not just limited to a 2-foot box space there in the post. And for defenders like myself, I would much rather Dirk Nowitzki have to stay 2 feet in the post than to be able to shoot the ball whenever, wherever he wanted to. Because I tell you what, now you got a problem, because he can knock it down from anywhere and everywhere that he wants to.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Outside, Smart. 6 to shoot. Tries a 3. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Horford's got his 4th assist in this one. Pistons trail by 12. Jackson kicks to Griffin. Down low and stolen by Horford. Outside, Tatum. Lets it go from 11, and it's Irving missing.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Got a piece of it.
The long arm of the law. Tatum prohibiting that shot from ever having a chance.
Jackson has the open look.
Look, it would be a huge boost for them if he could start knocking these down.
No good on the quick 3. Tries from the block. That one off the back iron and out. Now Bullock. Now here's Jackson. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
You know, and Reggie Jackson, a really solid first season and a half in Detroit, but the last 2 seasons, injuries have really held him back.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
And that one falls for Jackson. And Reggie Jackson in 2016-17 battling knee tendonitis. Last season, Greg, a severe right ankle sprain.
I mean, he's so important in terms of his impact for the Pistons. An athletic, physical player. When he's right, he can be a difference maker on both ends.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
As a kid, Jackson saw a lot of the world. His dad was in the Air Force, so he lived in Italy, England, North Dakota, Florida, Colorado. He was all over the place.
At the elbow, it's Drummond. Here's the screen. Outside, Griffin. Over Tatum. And Boston with the rebound. Horford's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Right side, Irving. Hayward on the wing. Nice ball movement by Boston. Horford with the screen on Griffin. The 3 from Tatum. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. I mean, Horford does a great job of keeping this team together. A glue guy, high IQ. Teammates love him. Then he's capable of stepping up big when it matters most.
And checking out some numbers for Irving. Great showing for him last season. He averaged about 24 points a game last year, 5 assists and 3 rebounds. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, anytime this club needs a basket, he's their go-to guy. Just an irrepressible, prolific scorer.
And talking about Horford, some people criticize his production, Chris, but his contributions go well beyond the stat sheet.
You're so right, Kevin. He gets a great lead every time down the floor. On both ends of the floor, he can orchestrate the offense, and he can finish in a variety of ways.
And the Pistons making a change here. Robinson's checked in. Picked by Horford. Clock at 6. Smart, wide open. He fires. Offline with his 3. Here's Robinson. Hayward with some nice D.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
Robinson with the block. And he recovers it.
Oh, and throughout his career, Drummond has averaged more than a block per game. He really goes all out on defense.
But they get it back.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Yes. And anybody can get a run-of-the-mill putback, but he makes them count.
See, Webb, if there were ever a player where stats did not tell the whole story, it would be Marcus Smart.
Yeah, I mean, if you look to his line every night, you'd think he was just another role player. But Smart, he's a difference maker. Tough, physical. I mean, he makes winning plays.
2 shots.
First free throw is good. Actually, Chris, one of the shorter teams last season. The Celtics made up for it with excellent athleticism and length, wingspan.
Oh, yeah, you think about it. Jaylen Brown measured 6'6" in height, but had over a 7-foot wingspan. Rozier Smart, they might not be the tallest guys in the world, but, man, they play big.
He's off on the second.
And no doubt that Marcus Smart is one of the better defenders at his position. Quick feet are complemented by that strong frame, and he just digs in and against would-be scorers and just never lets them get comfortable.
Outside Irving. Morris a screen. Here's Hayward. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And Greg was Smart. When he's off the floor or injured, you notice just how it changes the team's defense.
Yeah, I mean, the defense overall just seems to have less bite, less edge, less toughness without Smart. And the way he plays, you feel like he is looking to make a play on defense rather than just trying to slow his man down. Great at taking charges and forcing turnovers. He is truly the catalyst of their defense.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, he was the 9th overall pick in the 2010 draft. If it were held again, only a couple guys would be selected ahead of him.
Smith checked in for Langston Galloway. Hayward hits them both. See, Webb, the Pistons from 2003 to 2008 with 6 consecutive trips to the Eastern Conference Finals and 1 title. But in the decades since, only 2 playoff appearances and 0 playoff wins.
Well, yeah, think about it. The 2004 title team was led by Joe Dumars, who won championships back-to-back with the Pistons. You need that type of lineage. Think about Boston, Danny Ainge. Think about the Lakers, Magic Johnson. Well, the Pistons need that type of consistency. They need a leader. The Pistons, once again, hoping to find that magic in chemistry.
Irving with the ball. Now Smith defending. Picked by Horford. Hayward. Boston. No good that time either.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
And it's sad because the team relies on him to be a threat offensively. When he's rolling, that makes them a much more dynamic offense.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Smart.
And a quick check of the stats for Drummond. Great showing for him last season. 1st in rebounding, 6th in blocks, and he was in the top 20 in field goal percentage, able to create offense with tremendous efficiency.
And getting back to the fact that he led the league in rebounding, you know how hard that is? What a tremendous asset to the team. Three-pointer. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut down now to just 6 in the basket from Griffin.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Are you kidding me with that pass? Okay, Kyrie, that one made my day.
1:46 left in the first half of the game. Jackson with it. 8 points for him. Griffin passes to Robinson. And finished off by Robinson.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Irving kicks to Morris. Pass to Tice. Shot clock at 6. Here's Hayward. The shot, no good. Nice D from Griffin.
Got to give him credit for his confidence. I mean, he hasn't hit a single shot this quarter, but he still keeps firing.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
A different look here for Detroit. Pachulia, he's checked in for Drummond. And it's John Lure in for Blake Griffin. And then for Boston, Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Daniel Tice. Jaylen Brown comes in for Marcus Smart. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Irving. Wasted no time on that one.
When Morris gets free from mid-range, he's very effective. Love seeing him getting it going from there.
Jackson against Brown. Got a piece of it and taken away by Brown.
And 2 for 1. That's what they'd like to get right now.
Yeah, this could come down to the correct play call. Let's see what they do right here.
Pistons trail by 10. Jackson up top, covered by Morris. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Jackson. For just the 4th time today, it is good. That one makes him 4 for 10.
If you thought the D was going to tighten up on him here in the second quarter, think again.
Here's Rozier. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
The Celtics have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Rozier.
Oh, the fearlessness by Rozier. That's what helps him earn the trip to the stripe.
He's perfect from the line this time. 17 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Jackson against Brown. Picked by Pachulia. Smith on the wing. Over Rozier. No good on that last second attempt there. And we finished one half of basketball. Celtics out in front. They're up by 10. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, you're in a good position here at the break. What do you tell your team to make sure they don't let up?
Well, I don't think it's about letting up or playing better, or it's just playing the right way. We just have to play good basketball. And we talked about it before the game. That's our goal going into the game. That doesn't change no matter what the score is. So that'll be the discussion at halftime.
Thanks very much, Coach. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. There was no stopping Jason Tatum in the first half. He had 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. Taking a look at the Celtics, Shaq, what do you think?
I don't think anyone expected to see such numbers from the bench. You know, I'm impressed. It was what they needed, the jolt they needed, Ernie. Wow, I never knew their bench. As a matter of fact, I don't even know any of their players coming off the bench. Man, keep going, bench guys.
Kenny, what'd you think about Detroit?
They just gave up way too many good looks from the three-point line. That means either you haven't followed the game plan correctly or you're not executing it correctly. Either way, it's wrong. So from the looks of the first half, they need to aggressively close out on shooters to close this gap and the score.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
Welcome back to the Palace at Auburn Hills. That's a look at the Renaissance Center, which dominates the skyline in downtown Detroit. And now the third quarter about to get going. And you know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
And through the first two periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to, just a slasher's mentality.
Yeah, when you're trying to check a guy like that, you have to move your feet laterally, defensively. That didn't happen.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. Celtics leading by 10. On the floor for Boston. Filling out the wings, it's Brown and Hayward. Horford is out there with Jason Tatum. And it's Irving in at the 1.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Down low. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Feeds it to Tatum. And Griffin sends it back.
Well, it's huge. Whenever Griffin comes up with blocks, I mean, you'd love to see him be more consistent in this area.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Celtics shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. And the first one drops.
Unusual about the Celtics last year. I mean, their young players just kept getting better. I mean, there was no rookie wall, just the opposite. I mean, even through the playoffs, they kept learning and kept improving.
Smart's checked in for the Celtics. And good on the second, so he makes them both. See, Webb, when you look at the player development, that's both the front office and the head coach working together.
Yeah, Ainge has drafted all the right players. He hired the right coach in Stevens, who has pushed all the right buttons. And, you know, the Stevens-Ainge combination, that's lethal.
That shot by Griffin, no good.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change. Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
I like the confidence from the guard. Galloway, he shows no fear in shooting off the pass.
Irving passes to Horford. They set the screen. Tatum kicks to Irving. Horford sets a screen for Irving. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Irving's got 12 in the game.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
And defensively, you know he's feeling good right now. And as the opposing team, you better adjust your scheme accordingly.
Back to Galloway. Just 5 to shoot. Drummond with a screen on Tatum. And the call will be against Al Horford. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Galloway, guarded by Smart. Galloway dishes to Robinson. Shot clock at 5. Drummond a screen. Robinson passes to Drummond. Galloway with the bucket.
After you're creating separation, give Galloway any room off the screen, he'll take it.
Irving kicks to Horford. Pick by Horford. Tatum with a screen on Robinson. He used that pick just right. 8 points for Gordon Hayward.
And that's how you answer back.
trading bombs the last two possessions. They're going at one another.
From past the arc, and again, Boston with the triple.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Well, their goal was to limit their turnovers, and they've wasted way too many possessions with giveaways.
And here is the shot chart as we see how things are going for Griffin.
And as this chart shows, things just aren't falling for him like they usually do. He isn't ice cold, but nothing is falling his way, and he's become an inefficient source of points for his team.
Pistons trail by 18. Drummond a screen. Here's Jackson. Offensive rebound.
Exactly. That's what Drummond will always give you, tenacity on the offensive glass.
For Boston, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Back to Horford. And a dunk by Horford.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint. Drummond a screen. Here's Jackson. Al Horford with the rebound. Horford's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. A nice shot by Tatum.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
There's a screen by Robinson. Here's Jackson. And the shot is good. Jackson's got 12.
Oh, man, you just have to love how Jackson maintains concentration all the way through. Even with intense defense all over him, he buries these interior shots.
Back to Smart. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. A nice shot by Griffin.
Like to see that kind of range from Griffin. He's got a nice stroke for such a physical player.
Irving passes to Horford. There's the screen. Tatum kicks to Hayward. Tatum setting the pick for Hayward. Off the screen. And again, it's Boston converting.
Wow, what a sensational quarter from him. And as long as they have this lead, I'd keep going to him again and again and again and again.
Well, C-Web, Andre Drummond, the 9th pick in 2012. Some teams had questions about his competitive spirit. Thought he was a little too passive with UConn.
His off-the-court personality might have fed into that. I heard he's a big teddy bear, but that hasn't stopped him from beasting on the court here in the association.
Horford with a screen on Griffin. Here's Smart. Bank shot, no good. Pistons trail by 15. Griffin kicks to Galloway. Hayward on the wing. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 5 assists tonight.
Strange game for him. Barely made any noise in the first half, and here in the second, he's been everywhere.
Griffin sets the screen for Jackson. And now Irving pushing it up. No one back to stop him. That one falls. He's got 14.
Look at that. Irving just leaked out wonderfully in transition. He's a remarkable decision maker in fast break situations.
Jackson passes to Griffin. Kicks to Galloway. Stolen by Smart. To the middle. Looking for Hayward. He gets it there. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Oh, terrific timing on that play. I mean, Hayward has great chemistry with his teammates.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. Celtics leading by 21. In the corner, Smart with it. 13 feet away. And he can't bank that one in. Lobbed up there for Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 11 rebounds.
And when he gets himself into the right position, Drummond so powerful in terms of finishing at the rim. The only way to prevent that alley-oop is to keep him from getting to the launching pad in the first place.
Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Detroit. Ish Smith comes in for Jackson. And a change for the Celtics. Rozier's checked in. Pistons trailed by 19. Griffin kicks to Galloway. And it's sent back by Horford.
Wow, the rim protection by Horford. I mean, Al Horford standing 6'10", always played bigger.
Boston's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. Rebound, Detroit. Drummond's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Galloway, the pass to Smith, and they pick up 2.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Irving kicks to Tatum. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession.
And taking a look at some stats here for Rozier. Last season's performance for him averaged about 11 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And you know, he'd love a bigger role, but he's trying to prove himself in the minutes he's getting right now.
Yeah, you're right, but he's putting in the work, and the results have been okay. He just needs to keep believing in himself.
Galloway, another 3 for Detroit.
He's one of the guys having a solid game for them, but as a whole, they've been lacking.
Celtics leading by 12. Irving passes to Tatum. Back to Irving. Boston again missing.
And that would have been a big 3 if he drained it, answering back for the triple at the other end.
Griffin's shot is off. Here's Tatum. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. And that's 20 points for Jason Tatum.
Another one from Tatum. I mean, boy, this kid, he's cooking at the offensive end.
Tatum against Smith. And stolen by Tatum. Here's Rozier. Here's Hayward. He's off on that one. And it's Detroit the other way. Drummond in the post. Guarded by Horford. And he makes that one. Drummond's got 14 points for the game.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Picked by Horford. Here's Tatum. Second shot opportunity. And deep. Irving drops it in. Irving's got 6 points in the quarter. Pistons trail by 14. Smith outside. Griffin kicks to Bullock. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And here is Horford. He has 7. Another shot. And he lays it up and in. He's got 9.
You have got to box out Horford on the glass, given his size.
Detroit's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it. 9 times they've missed. And the Pistons got off to a hot start last season. 14-6 with some big road wins.
Yeah, but you know, I never really include the first 20 games of the season. I just think that's when everyone gets to know each other, and then when the scouting report comes out for the next 62, that's when things heat up. So I think you take that with a grain of salt, but Reggie Jackson did suffer an ankle sprain, and things started going south right after that. But staying healthy will be critical if they hope to make the playoffs this season.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
Here's Griffin. Again, Griffin missing. Boston leading by 19. Here's Rozier. He has 5. Irving passes to Tatum. He kicks it to Horford. Over Drummond. Off the left rim and out.
But D, a little slow to get in his face. They're fortunate it didn't cost him.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. For the Pistons, Pachulia comes in for Drummond. And it's John Lure in for Reggie Bullock. And then for Boston, Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Horford. Marcus Morris comes in for Tatum. And Jaylen Brown subbed in for Gordon Hayward. In the corner, Smith with it. Pass to Lure. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Galloway. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Boston's gone 4 of 6 from three-point land since the start of the second half. Here's Baines. Here's Irving. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, Irving came into this league as a terrific three-point shooter, and I think he's only getting better with age if he can.
One of the premier scorers in the league, Irving still may be underrated by some as a playmaker.
Kyrie, come on, tremendous court sense, vision. I mean, he understands to win in this league, you have to be unselfish, but you know he can get it going at any time.
First one falls for him.
And in the 2016-17 season, Kyrie hit better than 90% of his free throws. That is a terrific percentage.
The Celtics making a switch here. Horford's checked in. And he makes both free throws. The Pistons this summer moving slowly but surely to hire a new front office and coaching staff.
Well, yeah, they've already made some changes, and the team's capped out. They'll have to look to maximize the roster they have. Internal development and a few underrange signings might be the best way to move forward.
Griffin passes to Pachulia. Some solid defense from Brown.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those two things that he possesses.
And I love the attitude of Brown. If he sees a fast break opportunity, he's seizing it without a second's hesitation.
Griffin kicks to Smith. Here's Galloway. He's covered by Irving. Pachulia, no luck.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Yeah, going up against a big run, trying to mount one of your own. I mean, it's exhausting and takes a tremendous amount of energy here.
Smith fires from way outside. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. It's the Celtics opening up a huge gap. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the 4th quarter. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Our 4th quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. And Detroit, looking at who they've got. Calderon is out there with Kennard. Then it's Johnson. Then it's John Lure. And it's Pachulia in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Not too long ago, C-Web, triple-doubles were widely celebrated. Now you see much more of them all over the league. What's been the change there, do you think?
I think the change has been the style of play and the removal of the big men. Being that there are no longer a slew of 7-footers in there rebounding, guards can come in there and do some amazing things in rebounding. And I'm amazed with Westbrook coming in and rebounding over the 7-footers. You also have better spacing. And so if I'm a one-on-one player, I get past my guy, I can trust it that if I throw it to a wide-open shooter now, because of the way that we've drawn the defenses in, there may be a few more open looks. And so I still respect it. I still respect the energy, the focus, the fact that you have to be all over the floor to do it. But, you know, besides the fact that there's longer threes taken, or besides the fact that there's more small lineups, I still think it's a feat to be respected, even though we're seeing an increase in them now.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Stanley Johnson, the 8th overall pick back in 2015. High hopes, but he's scuffled a bit thus far in his career.
A quality defender thanks to his strength and quickness. He's got to progress offensively to become a real difference maker.
He hits the second from the line.
And Johnson, the former Arizona Wildcat, certainly has a bright future in this league. The combination of shooting, speed, and length he possesses is just exciting.
And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Now look, when you watch Marcus Morris, I mean, he's been around the league. He understands how to play the game. Sometimes you just need to be put in the right system. It's just timing. That happened for him last season.
Two.
The first one falls. And when you give Morris some freedom on the offensive end, he can carry you through long stretches.
Kevin, he's a terrific shooter. I mean, from standstill, off the dribble, back to the basket. It really doesn't matter with him. The other thing, he gives you tremendous toughness. He likes to mix it up. He won't back down from a challenge, I'll tell you that.
And Morris drops them both.
Yeah, and you think about big transitions. Isaiah Thomas was a soldier for the Celtics, got traded for Kyrie, and then Kyrie came in and just made all the fans fall in love with him.
Robinson, and it's blocked by Brown.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead. And they've just been so comfortable at both ends of the floor. I mean, you'd almost think they're playing at home.
Well, you hear that? No, you don't hear anything. They silence the crowd with this big lead. No sign that they're letting up.
Lure against Morris. Just 5 on the clock. That's a 2 from Smith, and it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off. And for the Celtics, lots of transitions last year for sure.
Yeah, and with all the injuries, it was, next man up. Tatum in for Hayward, Rozier in for Kyrie. Later in the season, I mean, Brown went from raw athlete to dependable scorer.
Wants to get it to Robinson, and does.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. Rozier, the pass to Smart, fades back. Rebound, Detroit. Lure's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
It's been a rough game for him, but it won't sting too bad as long as they hang on to him.
And Jackson gets it to go.
Well, this is what Smith does best, keeping his eyes moving to set up the open man.
Hit by Horford. Passes to Morris. And a dunk by Horford.
Ooh, a forceful finish from the big fella.
Well, with a player for that size, you'd think he'd make the highlight reel more often.
Well, he will on this dunk. I mean, he's saving them for the big moments.
And if there was ever a guy who was more than what his stats say, it's Al Horford. Won't have nights where he drops 50 or carries a team with his shot blocking, but you ask anyone he's played with and they'll tell you he is a perfect teammate.
And the big men who compete against Horford have nothing but respect for him, Greg.
Well, it is why he's been selected as an all-star by his peers and why guys like Embiid admire his game. I mean, Horford does all the small things on the floor you need as a big man. He's so humble. He just goes about his game and makes his team better in every facet.
Jackson misses.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And it's Brown missing.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
Well, that just shows you can do everything right sometimes, but still get the wrong result.
Jackson against Smart. The pass to Rozier. Dishes it to Tatum. Here's Smart. Hits it from 3-point range.
That gives him 2 3-pointers for the game, 1 in each half. I mean, he may add to that total pretty soon.
There's a screen by Robinson. Smith kicks to Pachulia. Got a piece of it. Brown outside. And again, Boston with the triple.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
The Pistons have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. Pass to Lure. Down low. In the corner, it's Robinson. Pachulia with the screen on Brown. Robinson kicks to Smith. Shot clock at 6. over Rozier. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. It's been a few years now since rules were put into place to curb the hack-a-shack strategy. C. Webb, do you think the NBA made the right choice in discouraging that style, that tactic?
You know, Kev, I'm torn on this one. I don't think so. I do think that the game would have gotten ugly, the pace would have gotten bad, but I think it would have been only a couple of years as players would have been embarrassed enough to improve their game. As I travel to different places, the one thing that's the difference between the United States and other places they can shoot free throws. Other places they just aren't at the park dunking or hanging on the rim. They're actually shooting shots and skill sets and dribbling. And I was at one time a terrible free throw shooter, and the embarrassment of not making them, missing them late in the games, not being able to be there for your team the way you want to, oh, trust me, it's no better motivation than that. Not giving me a handicap and a crutch saying, oh, don't do it. I don't like the fact that they've tried to place a curve on the hack-a-shack strategy. My thing is get to the gym in the offseason and make some free throws.
He gets it in there.
And you can see how comfortable Pachulia is inside. Uses his size to get the shots he wants.
Rozier against Smith. Rozier the pass to Brown. They set the pick. Here's Tatum, and slam dunk by Tatum.
And on the drive, Tatum uses long strides rather than elite quickness to get where he wants to go.
Smith outside. Pick by Pachulia. Smith kicks to Robinson. And it's going to be a 3-second call. C. Webb, a big rule change. Defenders have to give jump shooters space to land. Your thoughts on that?
Great. Thank you. Think about if a guy is hot and you can't stop him, you should not be able to embellish with the rules by sliding your foot up under a guy. If we all remember, I believe that San Antonio was up a couple of years ago on Golden State at home in Game 1, and Pachulia inadvertently put his foot up under Kawhi Leonard, and Kawhi was injured. You have to give shooters space to come down. You can't be thinking about that on the way down. We don't want players injured or hurt in this game because of a lack of paying attention to detail, and I think this rule really helps it. Defenders have done it for years. It could be viewed as dirty, but I'm glad the NBA did something about it. I'm very happy about it. And check this out. I'm going to see a lot of guys knocking down even more threes now.
Mm-hmm.
One shot.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
The Pistons have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Thomas kicks to Lure. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Now Rozier. For a long time, beat writers and media personnel have determined NBA awards. C. Webb is someone who's been up for some of these. Do you feel the voting system as structured now is fair?
I don't know how it can be fair if it doesn't have any players or coaches involved. I can't necessarily vote on the best doctors because I don't know what it entails, but I can definitely trust other doctors to give their comments on their peers. I think peer awareness is some of the most reliable that you can go for. But, I mean, we have some very knowledgeable writers, sports writers, and media personnel that know. But for the most part, you need help of the players and the coaches to make sure that the integrity is there.
He dishes it to Baines. Williams sets a screen for Brown. To the inside. And Williams with the basket on the assist by Brown.
Oh, what incredible precision. Brown cutting the D to pieces with his pass.
Smith kicks to Lure. And there's the call on Pachulia. That's foul number 2 for him. Jose Calderon, he's checked in for Detroit. The Celtics have gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the fourth, sinking the majority of their shots. Irving dishes to Tatum. Here's Wanamaker. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Now here's Calderon. Picked by Pachulia. Calderon kicks to Thomas. Clock at 6. Here's Lure. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Irving with it. Some call it the Ewing theory, teams that play better without relying on a star player. But Chris, how sustainable is that?
It's not sustainable. It's real cute until you have the teams that are focused and want to win come in. And usually that Ewing theory, that's usually like in the 5th week of the season or before All-Star break when teams are figuring out themselves. Once everybody has identified their strengths and their weaknesses, you need that horse to ride. You need that big hoss in there, that guy that's dependable every night. And as long as he's a willing passer, unselfish player, no, you need those guys. I don't believe that teams are better without their main guy. Maybe for short stretches, players can rally, but you look at championship winners, I'm trying to think of one that didn't have a superstar on their roster. I just don't buy into that theory.
Pulls from the top of the key. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Irving's got 18 points just in the second half. Thomas up top. Expanding his range. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Great set play. Laying down the screen and setting up the easy chance.
One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
And Baines kicks to Irving. Pass to Wanamaker. Just 4 to shoot. Pulls it up. They get the rebound. Baines passes to Wanamaker.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
That's his first personal foul.
There's 1:40 left in the fourth quarter. Tice kicks to Irving. We know that stars, especially superstars, get some level of benefit from the refs. What do you think of that? Is that good for the game?
I think the refs should always be fair. I think, yes, you're going to get the benefit of the doubt if you're James Harden and you can cross everyone over and you get 10 free throws a game. He earns those most nights. But, yeah, there's going to be some nights in which he gets a call or two here because as an offensive player, you want to be so aggressive that you put the referees in a tough position to make a tough call and to see what that was. Fans want to see the best players play, not sit. So you have to be judicious with how far you go, but just sometimes slip in the tendency season. I used to get so mad when all I would do is go challenge a shot. The human kickstand would kick his leg out. The ref would say I fouled him. I didn't foul him. And the best actor in the world would get to go to the line, get a 4-pointer. And okay, Caleb, what was the question again? Stars. Oh, superstars getting.
I don't know. Let's stop. Let's stop.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Celtics.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Kyrie Irving.
Well, the big thing was if he had an open look, he drained it. He didn't let any of those easy chances get away from him.
Bullock, good.
This is not the team we've been watching for most of the night.
Monster scoring run, but had to do this earlier. Now it shoulda, woulda, coulda, all that.
Irving against Smith. And here's Irving. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Kyrie, we're at an early part of the season, but what did you want to accomplish tonight individually and in the team flow?
Just wanted to come out here and compete, get the win. We wanted to set a standard for ourselves. The most important thing was just coming out here and competing for my teammates and, doing whatever possible to get this win.
And you all did that tonight. Thanks, Kyrie. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. See you later.